Welcome back. We are coming back from what was a pretty sweeping and dominant performance here for Singularity on the enemy's map pick, and now we are in their territory on Overpass. Mike, I want to remind us that they have recently dismantled E United on this map, and they have been on an absolute tear on this map. But you know what? We've already talked too much. Let's get the action going.
I expect this to be quite frank. Based on what we saw on the first map, unless Swole Patrol can completely flip the script on how they're playing, it's not going to get any easier for them, right? Inferno was the map where they should have been a bit more comfortable, and they got battered. But who knows? You never know. In CS, things can get pretty wild. It's going to be heavy presence in towards the connector early on, but Singularity is going to be just okay with that. They'll take all the ground elsewhere. Shazam does lose his life, but look at this map control over towards long. 3 players out here. They're going to have the bomb site before anything really happens. Sabros is coming back to check now, but they're going to hear his footsteps as he hops on over, and they should know he's just here. Sabrosa needs to catch a kill. Got to do something to hold this back, and he's found exactly that. Caboose gets another kill in towards connector. The long con works out, and they haven't planted the bomb. They haven't anticipated Sabrosa. Somehow they just forget that he's here on the dice box, so this will be a clean pistol round for the Swole Patrol, and that's going to be a nice way to kick things off. But, remember, they won both pistols last map. It didn't amount to much. We need to see more before we draw any real conclusions.
They're, what? 0 for 3 for pistol Singularity?
Yeah.
Patrol's 3 for 0. I mean, that is a good takeaway. These pistol rounds are great.
Just off of that stat, you would think map 1 went very differently. This series was very different. But hey, here we go. Conversion early on. They've got the nades in. They've got some damage done. Player already dropped. There's nothing really to show for it. You can go for the force buy for Singularity, not finding the bomb plant. So I'll take a conservative approach and play the long game. And they're continuing to lose bodies. No real map control to show for those casualties either. So this round looking a little lackluster.
Yeah, it's not quite the force buy we saw in the first map. That's for sure. It's only Glocks though. P50s. As long as they avoid getting farmed up too much here, the kill against Wardell would be a good shot down of a potential. Oh, okay, he's getting paper cuts. That's literally paper cuts. But they deny him extra money for the op. So if he does want to buy it here, it will be limited in some ways. He'll at least have armor, yes, but the utility will not quite be there for him. And it's... Oh, it's okay. No, it's Sabrosa who bought it for him. No, wait.
No, he bought it.
He bought it for Sabrosa.
Oh, yeah, Sabrosa though has to spawn. They're presumably going to go together. Sabrosa is going to try and get this one early pick out towards Fountain, and then presumably they trade it back. Here's the peek. Doesn't hit the shot, but hey, no harm, no foul. Now they'll trade back the guns and go about their days.
I'm surprised to see him fall all the way back, right? Like, you don't really have to give up the map control that easily. You know, these contest bathrooms, get some info flow going here, especially considering your teammates are not in water. They're not really pushed up monsters. So you don't really have any info flow happening here whatsoever. The boost is jump spotting water, trying to get that info. Precious intel. It will be very quiet right now. It's oddly quiet, isn't it?
It is. It is. It's drawing a lot of time off the clock. There's still 3 smokes to execute here for Singularity, but they don't have a lot to show for this yet. And that's what we see when you take the early pick out towards Fountain and then you fall all the way back. You kind of leave your opponent to box at shadows, where they don't really know what to expect. They keep not finding anybody when they check corners. That might get them a little bit paranoid, but they're just going to readjust. They're going to head towards the lower bomb site. There's 1 smoke to hold presence here towards the A bomb site. There's still 2 more to devote to this actual take. They're going to toss them over. No mollies to slow them down, so they should be all right. But you can see the setup here from Swole Patrol. They're ready with counter utility. They're prepped for it. And as we start to get low, they're going to start to throw out those smokes. Why not? Buy a little extra time. And the take's got to come regardless. Hell or high water, they have to get onto the site. Damage is done. Relics gets 2. Neptune will get an answer back, but not a follow-up. It's all left to Wardell, and a 1-for-1's just not good enough. Sabrosa out of position might be able to make a little bit of a go for this, but frankly, I expect this to quickly become a save. I think he just wants to get this off and get out of here.
Yeah, I'm not fancying his odds either, so I can't blame him for this decision. And I think with the Saints off, they might actually be able to pump out a pretty good buy, all things considered. In Singularity, they respond back on the first gun round. And Skyler, maybe you don't have the money for this.
You can see they're just babysitting it. Dapper at this point is just making sure he doesn't get back around. There's the upgrade to the Krieg. Gets the heck out of there. 2 players surviving, not the worst thing in the world. But as you said, honestly, that first hunt, probably not even worth it. Anything more, certainly too much.
And you could have been profitable, right? You could have at least gotten some extra money in your bank. And realistically speaking, the first few rounds really weren't convincing enough to even hunt, right? You're not really going to break their money. You know they're going to buy here. So either way, it's not going to matter that much. It's still very, very early on here in the first half. But weapons are now available. They went from having no utility on the T side to, you know, full stack. And same thing for Swole Patrol. They've gone from MP9s to M4s, but this is the all-in, right? If Swole Patrol can't find anything going here early, they're going to find themselves at least starting to struggle in the early round. Now Dapper walking in along with Skylar. They're looking for that opening duel. They might catch Caboose and these players off guard because they're not suspecting this forward play.
Caboose is decently positioned for it. The timing on this flashbang could be done. Swag, though, is looking away. Now Caboose has been traded. He's been spotted. Shoulder's been found. He manages to get the 1 kill. Yes, he loses his life, but he sets up the Barrels player and Neptune to do further damage. Now there's an opportunity. Can he get away? He does actually manage to get away and gets the information off of Sick to know that this is a proper site take coming through. Rotations have to be there. Sabrosa's all the way out towards long, still anticipating that this might be a lurk, and he is way away from the action, so he's not going to be able to contribute here. It's left to Wardell to do the damage with the off. Now they know where he is. He'll still get the shot for the cost of a lot of health. And bomb now planted. It's up to Wardell because, again, Sabrosa just now is beginning this rotation. He's been so slow on this, trying to make the individual play, and Sick's going to be able to get outside of connectors. So as soon as this door opens, they should know exactly where he's coming from and be able to do the damage. Hesitation here. Are they going to save in a 2v2 at this point?
No, I think they're just waiting for the right time. He's just going to open this door and instantly towards. It's going to be the 1-for-1. They know exactly where Shazam is, and of course Wardell is going loud and proud. Flashbang goes off. The kit is available for Wardell, so he does clutch it out after all. Maybe Shazam could have delayed a few more seconds right there, but route secured. I mean, patience is rewarded in these kind of scenarios, right? You don't have to force it, especially if you know there's a kit down somewhere for you. And Swole Patrol, they hold on.
They do indeed. It's looking very risky for them, but ultimately Wardell did it. I thought when Sabrosa was so far out of position, it was going to make it tough for them on the retake. But as you said, slow and steady. It wins the race in this instance. And Sabrosa up to 7 kills already, off to a hot start here. So that might just be the form they need. They might need a little bit of that star power, a little bit of that magic to make this map viable. Still very early days, and that was honestly a promising round for Singularity. Just couldn't quite hold it to toast. Let's see what they can do here. Heavy presence. Seems like they're going to go for a hit on towards the B-bomb site. Simplify it. Run out with MAC-10s. Try and condense the angles. I like the strategy. I like the idea with the weaponry you've got. But it's good positioning for Swole Patrol. They had 3 players on site proper. Caboose was rotated off at what could be the worst moment. This is still very winnable for Singularity. The next player makes this tougher, but they've taken down the site. Swag has to get something in, and he will do exactly that. He's got 1, not the second. But damage done at least. Bomb will be planted. Numbers are even. That's a big frag to find. Again, Sabrosa performing for his squad. Getting the damage they need from him. That might just have made this retake possible.
Now, Moose is going to have to be on point with his current position. I think he's realizing that there's weaknesses, right? There's 1 player here, 1 player over there, and he's going to push into that 1 player, eliminate him. Sick eliminates Sabrosa. Now it's just Wardell out of the heavens. A bit of a careless peek there from Sick. And Wardell, he still has that kit left over. If he makes it to sight with the smoke, he very well could have this clutch. No, but it will get spotted. Last second on the cross, and Moose to clutch it out. A solid post bet there between Sick and Moose to close that one off for Singularity. And now Swole Patrol are beginning to pay the consequences of what were pretty messy previous gun round wins, Mike.
Or indeed. Yeah, it's come to the end of the kit, and they're gonna go in on it. Single FAMAS, otherwise just pistols. One thing that I will say is significantly promising for Swole Patrol is that Wardell looks to be a little bit more on point here. He really struggled to get started on Inferno. Towards the end of it, he was hitting his shots again. This time starting off on the CT side on a map that favors a strong CT side op. He's feeling it much more early on, and that bodes well. Now they need to focus on getting the big green gun in his hands as often as possible, and unfortunately their economic situation right now not going to favor that turn of events. Going to make it pretty tough indeed. We've just got 1 player in Relics probing towards this site. He's going to be in a bit of a tough spot. Dapper actually gets caught from behind, not being found at all. The trade will be there, but Relics has to hang on, has to do some damage here, and he's lost his life to the 1 rifle. Done the damage, but not secured it.
Oh, look what's happening here.
It's out Nectar. Are they going to know? Is Sick going to check it? It's kind of hard to he's got one. He's got two. There we go.
As soon as you kill that player at the bottom, the guy at the top is kind of screwed by the air velocity, right? That's a little unfortunate. The totem pole sometimes does not pay off, and Swole Patrol, once again, in pretty awesome protocols for Singularity, I must admit, right? Even though they're losing numbers early on, they're recovering nicely. Sick again, 3 kills. This is such a nice fresh for Sick, man. Like, this is a fresh air for him. I'm loving every second of it. He seems to have really leveled up, right? He's really come to form in this lineup specifically. And I'm hoping that's not a honeymoon phase. Like, I'm hoping that sticks. And I really do hope that, you know, he finds his form, finds his place in this roster, and maybe his place among the top 10 teams in North America.
Okay, you were saying top 10 teams. I was like, bold claim, bold claim. Top 10 teams in North America, much more doable. Definitely in that realm. I mean, he's an impressive player, as we're clearly seeing here, and this is form found. A little bit of a redemption arc for him. We'll see. We'll see what they can get going through here. 3-3 now. Swole Patrol, a little bit saved through from the last one. Looks like they're investing a bit more here. Swag actually buying down. Neptune as well down to 1250. All they're going to be able to save through here. So it'll limit them in the actual buy, although the loss bonus will be getting a much healthier. 2400 be what they have. It's not quite enough for a super healthy buy, but they'll make it work. Question is, can they get anything with the CZs in this round? With the CZs, with the Mat 10, can they find anything in terms of... Apparently, yes. The answer is yes. Swag might actually get the second here. He's chasing it down. He's done so much damage. The hurt comes in. 3 kills just like that. And this round is fallen apart. The play in Connector works out beautifully, and bodies are dropping. Everybody healthy here for Swole Patrol. What a turnaround in the round. It's left the Moose to try and do the damage. He's going to take a bolt to the side of the dome. So that is a round stolen away from Swole Patrol. Weaponry as well to bail themselves out of a poor economic situation. And now they're sitting pretty. How is this happening?
Wow, yeah, that was a bit of a rough call. I really don't like the double man connector on these eco rounds. It's just so easy to lose control. And the passive play on the A side, although obviously it's pretty standard default, sometimes it can work against you if you give them that early space, if you let them get in your faces, right? It gets kind of weird. Now it's pistols here for Singularity. No smokes, no flashes. Moose is the only one with armor. Wardell, he's looking to regain his confidence, and there it is. Nice pickings.
Keep picking me up. This'll work. The fourth one will work. Yeah. There we go.
You know what? I like this. I like this. Die to the op. It's only $100 kill reward.
Ah, there you go. Big brain plays. Big brain plays. You think that's what they're going for?
Sure. Why not?
Ace for Wardell?
The way I see it is, hey, they get the kill, perfect. They ruin the damage, but they only fed 1,500 right, or excuse me, 500 versus 1,500.
I suppose.
You're right. Not saying it's the best play, but it's better to die to Wardell than anyone else on the team.
Yes. But the flip side, I'll say, and this is for Wardell as a play, is that feeding him an op means that he is now, or feeding him an ace, even though that was like a ridiculous ace where they just beat him one by one, you know he's feeling it off that. You know he's hyped as hell off of that. Sure. And you know he's much more confident than he was previously.
Yeah, absolutely.
Wardell is a player who feeds on confidence, so that's a little bit of a risky prospect.
Yeah, there definitely is that factor involved in that for sure. And I know eco frags, you know, they're kind of like laughed at, like, just eco frags, but they really do help confidence, and they kind of help you regain a little bit of your feel good emotions. Now, Sick, there is a player above him inside the connector. Sabrosa's at an off angle, and he's the only person here, so sometimes this angle I get checked well. As soon as he looks the other way, Sabrosa eliminates Sick. Solid off angle there. That's a man advantage. A minute left on the clock, and he's hearing no motion here, right? Oh, that's weird. Dapper gets spotted off. He's going to get eliminated by Sabrosa. Brothers goes for the swing, also eliminated. And Sabrosa single-handedly decimating this round, flipping it on his head. And Swole didn't even budge, Mike. They're chilling.
This is looking wild. I want Singularity to simplify on some of these gun rounds. They're spending a lot of time in their default trying to wander around, trying to get kills. This time they lose all the bodies in towards mid, where they only see Sabrosa. That's the only information they get is his position, and they lose 3 bodies to him. I want this to simplify just a little bit. Give yourself one round with full guns where you just take a bit of an easy play onto a site. Set up for your default on towards B, you know, throw smoke, throw utilities, just get on there and do the damage. Here, this is a beautiful setup. Even if he takes one kill there, Moose is definitely getting traded out by the second. As it is, he loses his life before he has anything. That's the bomb lost to Monster as well. You left it with Shazam, who's just got to save. And that's going to set up the economy to be terrible going forward. Maybe they force buy around this Krieg, but it's going to be rough. And this is a chance for Swole Patrol to really start to put in work here, to start to give themselves a healthy lead so that even if it slips in the second half, they've got a big cushion to fall back on.
Let's see what Shazam can do with this SG, because I think he's really the key player. And they only have a single flash, by the way, for Skylar. That's it. But yeah, I agree. I think what was working for them were really simple B hits, right? They're just exploding out B, finding the opening kills, transitioning onto site. Mind you, the weaponry and the artillery available for Swole Patrol is a little different now. So maybe that won't work as well. They're going to go for the Nostril Flash. And I think Swole Patrol are more than happy to just hold this boost towards Graffiti. And they'll likely find at least... Oh, they dropped the boost right as the hit's coming in. That's unlucky.
There's damage done. There's a kill. Big shot from Moose. We know he can get it done with a decoy. He's got that famous clip. Sabrosa gonna get traded, and here we go. A little bit simpler. Even just with the pistols, you hit B, you get a bomb plant here. These two remaining CTs are out of position. They've got utility to try and get back through, and there's no armor on these players. But with rifles, this is a whole different ball game. This just gets much tougher, and Moose boosted up. I love this. We'll see if he gets the shot on Caboose. Caboose trying to clear away for the utility. There's the spray. Goes a little high and wide. Now they know where Boost is, and they'll catch it. Dapper with a 2K to seal it. That was a big round for Singularity to steal away. And no armor. They get it. They get it done. They get an AWP and a Krieg to steal away as well. They're back in this. They can close this gap now.
Yeah, that's exactly what they needed, right? This kind of swing is huge for them, not only in terms of rounds, but the money for Swole Patrol, at least what was a convincing amount of cash, is now a lot smaller. And Singularity can actually begin to fight back here on and potentially steal away the lead towards the end of this first half. So things are going still according to plan. And I want to remind that this is still T-side overpass after all, right? So there is a lot more room here. Wardell, along with Sabrosa, are running a pretty forward and aggressive setup here towards the A site, which is great. But at some point, Wardell begins to worry about his back, and he has to kind of have some sort of paranoia about this connector, right? Otherwise, he just gets picked off by Dapper here, and up there, stuck it for way too long.
Risky though. There was a chance here, showing the bomb alone for so long, but even with that one trade, Dapper getting into position, getting the kill onto the fountain player, that's beautifully done. Now, it's interesting to me that they're just rotating one player here to support. It's just going to be Neptune who's responsible for this. They've got a forward position towards construction, and they don't want to give it up. And that's a bit curious to me, because it seems to be a bit of a misread. Although, as I say that, Singularity, it's almost like they're thinking themselves. The bomb was all the way towards the playground. They're slowing it down. Now they found a kill. They've got full control of site. They can rotate this up. Why isn't the bomb following? I don't know. They had plenty of time to get all the way back around for the rotation. They're still going to hit me. And now Swag has found a kill. The bomb's here in Monster. It's committed to it. This is trying to be too big brain and letting it slip away from you. Yeah, you'll get the bomb plant, but this should have been a dominant round, and now it's a 2v2.
Yeah, what's actually really strange is that Moose is typically the lurk for Singularity, so by them eliminating Moose, they think that maybe this is going to end here, but Shazam now knows exactly where Swag is. The missed opportunity, that's not something that you could miss if you're Shazam if you want a win here, but he knows he's being pinched on by multiple directions. Time is really running low here. 8 seconds left on the clock, less than that even now. The Molotov is there. Shazam, he's panicking. He doesn't really know what to do. He gets shot from behind. Caboose comes in. Perfect timing. Very well played by Swag. Nice awareness of that situation. And yeah, I do agree with you. They're starting to complicate it a little too much than it needs to be, honestly.
I don't understand that play call at all. I don't understand it at all. You have sight. You have sight. You killed the one player on site. You've killed Neptune on site. You have A. You got 45 seconds on the clock. That is plenty of time to rotate. Even after they lose the first kill in the connector, okay, you know one of the players is in connector. That's more information. You can operate off of that. You even have time to take that fight in connector, trade it, and get towards site for the plant. I don't understand that call at all. I do not understand that from Singularity's side. Swole Patrol capitalized on it. Honestly, I don't even think they knew what was going on that round. It just worked out for them. They played into their hands. They gave them the opportunity to get back to the round. They gave them the opportunity to do so much. Maybe Sabrosa gets caught here. He does indeed. Player going through Molly. Doesn't anticipate that. But you can't imagine they're going to get much more in the round. The bomb is dropped. Bodies are falling. It's going to be a jump peak here, and Wardell is just claiming lives.
I feel like more than half of Wardell's kills have come from ecos. Right?
He's got
He got
15.
4
He's
in that other round. I think he just got
He had
2
an
or
ace?
3 right there.
Over, yeah, well over then, because he had the ace, and then he had
Oh, did you get the ace on that round?
the one round where they kept peeking him towards playground.
Yeah. That was an ace?
Ace with the op. Yeah,
Oh,
Antico
okay.
ace.
Wow, yeah. That's hilarious. I wish there was a way to have the stats broken down on like eco rounds, mid buys and full buys, and it bases your rating based on that.
I wonder if you could have a stat that was like total value of enemies killed. Like what or average value of enemies killed. That would be a predictor. Like, did they have 2K worth of equipment or did they have 5K worth of equipment?
Oh. Wow. Okay, that's a shot for the... Ooh, okay, so you shoot Moose in the leg. He takes your life for it. Not the most ideal trade. But
He's got no mercy.
Yeah, but look at Caboose. That's not bad, actually. You lose a player, you've gained monster control, and the element of surprise. You can reinforce your numbers towards the 8 site. The Rosa peaks a little early here, knowing that they're likely going to end A, considering there's no pressure towards water or monster, and gives away his potential play of a pop flash peak. Now Singularity is very much aware of that. Drag elimination Sam. Dapper eliminates Subrosa. That's the early target that got wounded, and Caboose is starting to fall back. He's giving it up. He's rotating over towards the A site. Now they're committed.
They don't have an opportunity to outthink themselves here. They just have to go for the hit. And at this point, it's just Swag who's going to really contend. They've got the flank coming in from the Caboose. They should already be repositioning from this. And Sick hitting that shot means that this is a tough spot for Swag. He could consider getting out of it with that early pick. He's going to commit to the fight. They're already past it. It's the off angle, and Dapper will win the duel. I like the attempt from Swag. Once you get that first kill, it's just so hard to fade away. That is going to be a 5th round for Singularity. And most critically for them, as we enter the back end of this half, there's not good money for Swole. They'll make it work for this buy, but there's SMGs out here. Utility's weird on several players. If they can break the economy here, they've got a chance to make this an 8-7.
This is a pretty favorable round, right? You said it. Wardell, he's finally heating up. Now he's getting the opening pace. This is what you want to see out of him, right? He's kind of the key player in these kind of lineups. The Molotov is spreading against Rosa. Oh, he's taking a lot of damage, but he manages to get out alive either way. Okay. Not bad. Opening pick for a little bit of damage onto Subrosa with the MP9. A solid early exchange of events.
Now they're gonna hit. Here we go. Straightforward B-side hit. We'll see how it goes. There's the first. Not the second, though. Neptune flashing beautifully through. Yes, he'll get traded, but 2 for 1 with the SMG is fantastic. They'll get forward. That's a big kill for Dapper. Subrosa knife out. Not anticipating the player to be so far forward, especially in a 2v3. But now they've evened out the numbers. Wardell has to go hunting to try and clear out these halls. Didn't feel confident going for the Heaven Peak without support. They'll boost a player up onto that Heaven balcony as well, which if Swag gets all the way around, he might actually have the timing here. But as I say that, Dapper's actually gotten so far through that he's now flanking the flank. This retake better go quick, otherwise Dapper's going to be upon him. It's up to Sick to hold on in the get-go, but he's going to be able to do just that. Now they're going to start to tap the defuse. This is the spot. There's the shot. He knows they're there, but he can't deny the defuse in. And Swag has stolen it away. He'll lose his life. At least Dapper does the economic damage. But we come to the last round of the half with Swole Patrol in pole position to put up double digits on the board.
Whew. That was actually oddly well played by Singularity in that 2v2, but I think just the forward positioning there from Swole turned out really well. And 9-5. This is the final round. They have AK-47s. The ops have been denied from Swole Patrol, though, right? They don't have any scope weapons anymore. They weren't able to recover it. And that's been kind of a key winning point for Swole, right? Wardell getting the opening picks, taking the early engagement for the team. Now he's going to be a lot less confident to do the same thing he was doing with an M4.
Absolutely. I think that's going to be so important for them. I mean, even that double op was a strong setup for them. They're certainly not anywhere near to see what they've got. They're playing a lot more timid. There's no one going for that aggro peak towards Fountain. You don't have any presence out towards long. You're not holding any map control. But Singularity, slow and steady, has been their pace of taking the map control, so they might just whittle too much time off the clock, playing really against themselves. But look at this setup over towards B. 2 players pushed into construction. Got a lot of map control there, but I think you're going to realize promptly that Moose is just going to walk out on the site and find nobody.
I love that. I love that about Moose. He's the one that's willing to take these risks on the lurking, right? He's perfectly comfortable just walking in. The only problem is it might give them a false sense of confidence And they might be like, oh, B's clear, let's go into water. And then they walk into the stack or crossfire between Neptune and Caboose.
He's in the barrel.
Oh, yeah. Now Moose knows exactly what's going on.
Big kill. Did they anticipate the second player here? Okay, Neptune gets one. Does he have any more? No. Some damage done, but not enough, frankly. And now the bodies are dropping forward position from Moose. He just shuts it all down. 3K for Moose on the round and a 9-6 half. And frankly, I think that's a pretty good recovery for Singularity. Still a strong showing from Swole Patrol.
Right.
Don't want to take anything away from them. But for a while, it was looking significantly worse. And I think this isn't too terrible if you're saying.
Yeah, for sure. But I feel like my confidence has been inspired a little bit by Swole Patrol's performance as well.
Absolutely.
Right, they showed more life in that half than they did throughout the entire last game. But now they're on the hard part, right? This is the T side. You're a pug team. You're not really as well rehearsed, maybe, as some of these other teams in the league. They have a smoke. They have a flash. They're looking to battle out early and connecting. And it's about to be messy. Everyone is here. It's about to be a party, Mike.
Through the CTs. All right, they spotted one. Wardell's looking for it. He's hungry for it. Are they going to commit to it? Is the bait going to be struck? Oh, first step here from Moose. They know he's here, but it doesn't matter. Moose is going to kill them. Doesn't matter. Hit the shot. They do indeed. Bomb found. Everybody alive from the CT side. They lose a kill elsewhere, but what does it matter? Sabrosa's been silenced. Everything's on to Swag. He doesn't even have armor to back himself up. This is a tough spot. Minute 15 still on the clock, so at least he has time to operate, but as soon as he drops down the ladder, he may just be a dead man. He's going for the burst fire. Burst fire will not work out. Nice attempt. Throw it at the wall. Just try and get something. But that will be the first pistol round of the series won by Singularity.
All right. 25% success chance. Not bad. Better than 0 for 4. Now, Singularity, they have a pretty good mixed vibe. They have the MP9 for Sick looking to farm up some early cash, as well as the rifles to take long-range engagements. And Molotov will go deep inside the halls and separate these players from each other. And Shazam, he's really feeling it, isn't he?
Really is. I'm not sure what exactly he's doing, especially without support from I understand taking that aggro control got heavy presence, but Shaz is on an island here. You're going to be coming around the corner from Playground. They've eliminated that connected presence. There was a jump peek. I don't think Shazam spotted it. But Wardell certainly knows he's here. The problem is now Moose is as well, and the bodies are dropping, and this round is clean as can be for Singularity. They just cruise right through it. They're now one away from tying this up. The guns will be coming out from Swole Patrol, but as you can see, Swag's not even going to have a rifle. He's going to be limited to get up more utility for his team. He's taking the back seat to be a bit of an economy player for his squad, and they don't have the op, which less of an issue on T side, but we know how deadly Wardell is with it. Anytime they don't have the big green gun, it's an impairment.
I agreed. I can't help but agree with that. And Singularity, they're not looking to relent on this outer control, right? They're continuing it. They're using the Kirby smoke now, the deep smoke towards the T steps. That allows them a lot of room. And it seems like Swole Patrol are starting to set up for this expo towards the B site. Sabrosa Caboose about to lead the charge. They have the player in con holding down rotates, and the other 4 players are ready to commit on through Monster.
Nice nade. Tons of damage, and there we go. There's the flashbang. Flashbang actually comes in a little late. Here it comes through for Monster, but the body's already dropped. And Six gonna find not another kill, but damage done, and that allows the follow-up. Trades are decent here, so at least keeping the numbers even. But a lot has been lost for the T side. They still technically got the advantage here. They're trying to take the site, but they've lost a player on the periphery, and there's a second as well. Now everything up to Wardell. He's got the Krieg. He's found the first. He's got one player quite low as well, and he's a good idea of both of their remaining positions. Get a utility to make this happen. He's being checked from the side. He's being hemmed in. They're herding him like sheepdogs, leading the sheep to the slaughter. Wardell wants to be the wolf himself. He's blinded up. He's damaged. He somehow has it tags. And this just takes so much time. 2 health. 13 still doable. 30 seconds. This has been the messiest 2v1 ever. But Wardell will come out on top. 3 kills for Wardell. And somehow, some way, he drags that through.
There's no way I just witnessed that, man.
I don't
like, what the hell? I think, okay, there is a big factor. When you're low HP, there's some sort of added pressure that, you know, does not make you aim properly. But man, the paper cuts coming in from left, from right. I thought they had him played to perfection. I thought they had him in the bag. They're stressing him out. They're coming, they're shooting him from the sides. Every time he looks one way, they peek from the other, the bait and switch. It was all going well. And they couldn't finish him off, Mike. They couldn't land a killing blow. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Wow.
That's you're gonna be wanting that one back if you're
Oh,
Singularity.
add that to the blooper reel.
Now you got Moose on a glass cannon op. This is unusual. This is very unusual for this squad. We'll see how he does. I'm surprised to see this. Surprised not to just see him stick to a rifle. He will get the first and fall back, though, so the bathroom play does work out. That's really what you want to see from the Opera on this map. It's such a powerful potential. Just hit a shot, fall back, reposition. He's actually going to head to the other site indeed, so he's full of in. And that's a nice read by Moose.
Now they got relics up close and personal towards bracket 2, holding down the smoke, holding down the potential attack on the A site. The other unfortunate thing is that there really is no flash available here for relics. So you're just gonna have to ride out and hope for the best timing. Both of them get caught with utility in the hand. Not what you're hoping for. And Skylar catches both off guard with their pants down, like.
Bomb as well. And now he's got a really strong position to hold with the creek. He had the right read. He actually pulls off of it, but with everybody else eliminated, everything's left to Swag. Swag hasn't been having a great game of it, but we need to see a little bit of that impressive ability of Yor. Here's the peak. He's got the first. 2 more to find. Back to the site. 6 in position, though, right around the dice box. As soon as he taps this, 6 should have him. And he's actually trying to clear long, so he'll be shot in the back. Maybe a bit too much of a read there from Swag. It will be a 9th round for Singularity. So despite the sins of last round of letting that 2v1 slide, this time they lock it down. They corral it, they control it, keep themselves on track.
You know, that was a solid round from Singularity. I would have liked Sick to just be 1 more second patient. Like, it was half a second left on the clock, Mike. You could have just ran that down and put them in a far worse position than they are in right now. With that extra second of patience, right? He had them dead to rights. But I can understand it. You're down rounds. You want to secure the round. You want to eliminate the weapon. Make sure he doesn't get away. Oh! What?
When boosts go wrong, add it to the compilation. They should have had that. 10 ways to Sunday. The reality is, you're against Deagles. As soon as you get that, you gotta get out of there. But it won't matter. Relics, he's a man. He's an animal. He's killing everybody. It's an ace for Relics as they come up the connector and just feed on into him. The SMG shreds them, making him Boku bucks. And he'll close it out with a pistol to boot.
Cash money for him. 10-10. Things are tied up. Now we have a game on our hands. The timeout is out. A good time to start discussing what you want to do, considering your early lead in the first half is now gone. Relics. Dirty, man.
Let me see this replay.
I mean, he's definitely in the bathroom position because he just dumped on him, Mike.
Flushing him right down the drain. He is indeed. That's just a quick blender. That's a beauty of the MP9. In the right situation, it is deadly. So we've got tied scoreline here. Aggression out towards the fountain. Moose wants to go for it. He's using the MP9 to get close. He uses the utility as a player segmented into the bathrooms. Wardell's knows what's going on here. He's wise to it. He's trying to watch for it. He's trying to bring in support from his teammate as well. So actually preventing him from getting around. Moose not privy to the situation, not aware that Wardell had already been out of the playground. He's going to lose his life. And all that forward positioning, it's gone.
Right. Now, mind you, opening pick on overpass is obviously huge for Swole Patrol, but the silver lining is that it really only was an MP9, right? So their firepower, at least the main part of it, is still here. And Swole Patrol seem like they're committed onto this B hit. They're all here. The only player not here is Wardell. He's going to be late to the party. So right now they have a 3 versus 4 on the B site. The defenses for Singularity could very well work out perfectly fine here.
They've got to start hitting these, and it's not working out. Saparosa, big pick to find. The heaven player is focused construction and loses his life. And there's the follow-up as well. This is going to be a bomb plant. This is going to be a save. I don't fancy their chances in going for it. It looks like they still want to. Losing Relics towards the periphery makes the decision for him. Shazam is just going to have to get the heck out of Dodge. And it's a question of even whether he'll be allowed to keep this, because he's got a little bit of leeway to hunt. Obviously, there's nothing in reserve for Swole Patrol, but you can devote 1 gun to trying to chase this down, which is exactly what Neptune's thinking about doing. Looks like they're just going to go for the conservative option, maybe wrap around if he gets aggressive towards long, but Shazam should be allowed to keep his AWP. We'll see what Singularity can muster into the next. It won't be terrible. He can drop. 6 should be able to buy. They'll muster something.
Swole Patrol responding back nicely, though. 4 alive. Convincing gun run, I must say. Opening frag for Wardell is huge. Now, the money for Singularity is far less than ideal. I think it's just going to have to be... Oh, no. Screw you, Strong Legs. We're not saving. They're going for the buy. And they do have a op, and they had some M4s around it, so I can't blame them for it. But the double MP9s do have me worried. Mind you, they are very viable in certain positions. I wonder where they're going to allocate these MP9s, though. Tapper, Skylar, the ones with them. They're going for the opening frag here. At least Shazam is trying to take the round into his own hands.
I like the decision too, especially in a round where you have those 2 MP9s. You've got to find some sort of way to compensate. So they do try and go for that early pick. They don't find it. And actually, interestingly, on the other side, Swole Patrol's managed to slide some Rosa on in behind these sandbags. So now he's got a lot of control over here. A lot of information to play off of. Seems like there might be some awareness that he's here, but I don't know that that's much going to matter. He's just going to play the clock game, try and time this out as long as possible and find the right moment to slip through and do as much damage as he possibly can.
Singularity have sent reinforcements to the A site. They have 3 people here waiting, right? So they're more than happy to receive Swole Patrol on the A site if it comes down to it. Relics is beginning to advance, but this time, flashbangs are available for him to peek on that position. Sabrosa tries to find the timing onto Moose, but Moose is very much privy to it. Now Relics know there's people behind these smokes. He's waiting for the flashbang. There it goes, but it's not effective enough, unfortunately, and they're not blinded by it. But they're not committed to the hit. However, they do have to make a decision. I think they're just going to walk into B with 25 seconds left. As soon as they get spotted, that's it. They know it's a commitment.
That's a big first pick for Wardell. There's the commitment indeed. There's only one player here to fight, and it's Moose, who's on an island, and there's just too many crosshairs looking his way. And this round's been lost. It's going to be a bomb plant. Time not really an issue anymore. Shazam's not in position to try and pluck that planter. He'll have to just back off of this. You can see his teammates already trying to secure the flank to save. Shaz is holding, trying to get one more kill, just one more juicy frag. But I don't think they're going to give it to him. Swole Patrol, no real reason to come hunting. Maybe they send one gun his way, but it doesn't look like it early on. They're going to wrap instead. It's going to be another round for the Swole Patrol. They're going to climb to a 2-round lead. And this is, it's looking pretty risky here. Singularity had various moments to take this half in hand, and they have not been able to do so. This Swole Patrol looking massively revitalized from the team we saw earlier.
Agreed. I'm wondering if Singularities are going to fall into the trap again and buy off these 2 weapons. If they save, they can buy again, and they just use this hero op and hero and 4 to make something work with it. Just maybe get a flash, help them set up somehow. And Singularity are going to discuss their options. A pretty well-timed timeout, I must say. But yeah, you're right about the economy for Swole Patrol. It really is beginning to stabilize and mount up. As soon as they get into that, full buy in this round, full buy in the next round, that's when things get a little more wild for Swole, right? They can start to take risks. They can be aggressive. They can lean onto those like really hyper-aggressive plays, force duels, force engagements, not really worried too much about economy, and most importantly, hunts in the post plants.
This is where I think we need a healthy round for Singularity, a round with proper utility. So I really do hope this is going to be a save here, not forcing up around even that smoke buy. I want to see a round where they have proper utility, because one thing that's been happening is they've been burning utility early on. They haven't necessarily had enough to counter the pushes when they actually do come through, or to enable the retakes, right? You wind up in a situation where the lower side gets hit so many times and there's only 2 players surviving. You don't have the utility to really even think about going for a retake, and they're just locked out. So a couple flashes here. I don't hate this because you give yourself a chance to get the M4 into a peak, to get the op into a peak, using flashbangs to support them. Moose had the money to spare, but that's the only investment we're going to see through here. That and a single smoke on sick. We'll see what they do with it. But Singularity, they're playing the long game. They're saying, you know what? Okay, we'll allow another round most likely, unless Jazz can do something pretty nuts.
Nice.
Which, there we go.
That's a huge opening frag, but unfortunately they attempt the 2v1 in water against Sabrosa, and he eliminates both of them. And that's actually one of the M4s. Now, of course, it's Moose. A dink for dink. One gun is bigger than the other, and sometimes size matters in this game, Mike.
It does indeed. They always tell me it does.
Now Shazam.
Yeah, he's just got to say.
There's
they're gonna
zero reasons to even hold W for longer than half it. There's zero reason to hold W for even a single second, honestly. It's just so unnecessary here. Knee is getting zoned in on by Wardell, who's lurking with an op. You always love to see that.
I think at this point it's probably just the suspicion on Shazam's part that they're probably behind him. So it's, what's the safest course here is forward. I don't know if that's true, but it seems to be the prevailing philosophy. Now he's got to try and secure the flank. Couldn't get another kill. Couldn't try and distract them. Didn't throw any more bodies at him around that angle. It's a question of whether he can survive Wardell, who is hunting with that pistol right above him. Oh, Wardell is hungry. And Shazam, I think, is actually giving him the slip. Last second, here's the gets away. Shaz saves the AWP.
Wow, he really needed that. He really needed that, Mike. They need that up. They wouldn't have had one otherwise. Now they have M4s. They have that extra utility because of that saved weapon. He has a utility of his own. They have a few kits as well. And things are stabilizing in terms of weaponry here for Singularity. Probably one of the few full gun runs that we've seen yet from them, considering they've been chasing on the ecos. Or, excuse me, in the economy. Now
it's a triple boost.
Yes, they go for the X Factor play, right? This is a good time for it. If you can just steal away an early pick, knowing Sabrosa's been in water every round by himself. Be not bad, but of course Sick is the problem with this triple boost is that you're committing 4 people on B early because you need that person, that extra 4th player to back them up, make sure they're not coming in monster on them.
Triple boost. At this point, it's gone so long. They haven't gotten anything off of it. You're devoting serious bodies just to being here. And they're still sticking with it. At some point, you have to make the read and say, you know what? We're not getting anything off of this. Nobody's here. Maybe we need to fan out around the map a little bit more. And Swole Patrol just giving them nothing.
Yeah, they are really holding on to this. I mean, guys, it's 45 seconds. They've not shown themselves water. They've not made a single step in monster. Like, this is a pretty clear sign. This is not coming B, fellas.
I think they're hoping that, like, if one pick comes through here for Shazam, they'll funnel back through connector, but that's just not going to happen. Now they'll finally abandon the boost. They're saying, you know what? No one's construction. Let's rotate off. Leave one player.
Oh, wait, they heard the rotates, though.
Wait, now it's happening. Now the rotate's coming in. So they actually abandoned the boost too early. Shazam will hit a shot on the remaining player, but they've abandoned the site entirely. Everybody's off it, and it's left him 6 to hold down. He will find one, but out in the open, he's sold up River. There's still an advantage in this retake. It's not quite there. It's going to get rough indeed for Singularity. They have to win this round. They have to secure this. That's a big kill to help them get back through. That opens the gates. That blows them wide open. It's all just going to be Swag and Wardell to hang on. That's the first. There's the second as well. The trade is good, and Moose knows. He finds the frag. He makes this happen. That's going to be the defuse in. It's going to be a round for Singularity. It was rough. It was close, but they do get it through.
And they get the op maintained as well as the NSG upgrade. So not bad overall for Singularity. But I really don't... I think the one thing that prompted Swole Patrol to go back, though, like, they were fully going to commit to that A site. But as soon as they heard, like, triple players running up connector or running up the rotate, they're like, dude, they know we're coming A. Let's maybe reroute. So they rerouted off that. Had they stuck the boost quietly, I think Swole Patrol still committed A site there. So I think they dropped the boost at the perfect time, honestly. A little too butt clenching for me, personally. Nah, they're going to go for it again. I guess if the play is not shown. Yeah.
Oh, I thought that was a kill. Shazam just gets the damage onto himself and has to fade away. This is the shot on Caboose. That's a big missed opportunity. An early frag there, an early pick would have made them a lot more timid taking this bathroom control and might have given themselves some more space to work with.
Moose,
here we go.
Look how patient he is. So how is Sabrosa managing? Oh, I think he spotted him.
He knows. He knows. Sabrosa can smell it. He can smell the boost.
Wow. Okay. The awareness. Yikes.
I'm surprised they don't just immediately fast hit A off of that information. Because they know 3 players are there to have that boost, right?
Mm-hmm.
That was an opportunity.
That was a missed opportunity. Now they're going to walk into the off of Shazam slowly and surely 1 by 1. Swag eliminates him. That actually provides him a little bit more room for error. Swag is able to pursue. Now they got to deal with Dapper, who is dealt with pretty well. And those are all the players on site. Now they can actually transition. They can get that bomb planted and set themselves up for this 3 versus 2 post plant. Mind you, Neptune is almost fatally wounded here.
He doesn't need health. Just needs to trigger. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Right into the head. Had the positioning. Sick had no idea he was around that corner. And Here's not quite going to be a second. Well, there's an opportunity there for Neptune. It's all going to be on Moose. He's got the 1v2. He picks one direction. I think he may have even spotted the gun barrel from Wardell, but that's just going to bait him around to the angle and throws it. Now this is 14-11 with money broken for Singularity. They're almost certainly going to have to give up map point here. And this, after what we assumed would be a dominant second map, has completely flipped the script, and it's looking like we're going to get map 3.
I mean, this is what happens when Subrosa and Wardell wake up, right? Subrosa is not someone you want to be popping off in the server. Like, he is that guy that's willing to take the craziest risks, right? Very dependable, great communication skills. Like, he is that guy. You could just... Subrosa, you do you, we'll do everything else. And you don't want him feeling comfortable with Mike.
You certainly don't. You certainly do not. They're going to fly over. Let's see what they got here. One player into the playgrounds. He's going to peek. Perfect timing here. Swag actually doesn't get the kill. He gets dinked up, but he's got support as well. Wardell can fall away. Now Swag's just waiting for them to come to him. He's doing the damage. Beautifully done. Forward positioning for Moose, but what are you even going to do with that? Maybe they hunt down Swag here and get one rifle and do something with it, but this is looking rather hopeless. And Relic's jumping around the corner, will lose his life. Swag farms up into 3 nice kills in the anti-eco, and it's going to be a map point for Swole Patrol. A very comfortable map point. They get 4 attempts to see this one through. They've got a limited Singularity on the other side, and they've got money in reserve in case this first round goes away.
4 rounds in a row, though. It almost feels doable for Singularity. The only thing that worries me, though, is the money for Swole Patrol is pretty well on point. But besides that fact, not out of this one just yet. Shazam once again with the opening frag. This time towards Connector. Switching it up, moving it around. Oh, okay. Subrosa just ate the shrapnel.
Sick, though. Out of position. Didn't have support from his teammates. That just got a little bit awkward. He found the mistiming, if you will, on the hit, but that's the bomb drop. Now they have to play around the pillar to get it. I don't think they know Moose is here. He slid back into barrels. I don't think they have the read. Sabrosa's looking for it, though. Not sure where the information came from, but he will trade it out. And this is still doable for the team. They're trying to make us uncomfortable, prevent the plant from coming in and actually losing Wardell's life. Now up close, Shazam has to hit this off shot. He can't do it. It's Neptune all the way through, and it's going to be 16-11 as Swole Patrol strike back, steal this one back, and make a series of this. We're going to map 3.
We are going to go to map 3. We both did not expect this, right? We thought, okay, they got swept on Inferno. Singularity looked insane on Overpass lately in the last few matches that they've played. We definitely did not expect this third map, but I'm happy it's here. And it's going to be probably the funnest map we have seen in a while. Mirage between these two teams, Mike. Action, momentum, speed, guaranteed. For now, we are going to cut to a break. Don't go anywhere. And if you're not aware, we are doing some skin giveaways as well as some agent skins. So if you're looking to win some free skins or have a chance to win one of 4 skins that we're giving away after this last map is played out, hang around the stream afterwards. All you have to do is follow the channel, type in a keyword, and you're entered for that. For now, we are going to cut to a break. We'll see you soon here for Mirage, the final map between these two teams, and one of them will be advancing on to finals.